friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm ready with part 2 of the lesson, Madam Rides the Bus. So let's quickly get back into the lesson, friends. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway when a small voice was heard shouting, "Stop the bus! Stop the bus!" and a tiny hand was raised commandingly. Friends, before I start explaining this paragraph, you must now note that Vali was ready with the money required to purchase the ticket for the onward journey and the return journey by the bus. She completed all the planning and she now knows the start time of her journey, and she also planned when to return back to her home. So on a spring day, when the afternoon bus was about to start leaving the village, it was about to start leaving the village street and move on to the main highway, when the conductor of the bus heard a small voice, shouting, "Stop the bus, stop the bus." The bus slowed down to a crawl, and the conductor, sticking his head out the door, said, "Hurry then. Tell whoever it is to come quickly." So now the bus slowed down and the conductor asked Vali to hurry up, and also asked whoever it is, all of you, please come quickly into the bus. "It's me," shouted Vali. "I'm the one who has to get on." Then Vali shouted, "There is nobody else. I'm the only one who has to get on to the bus." By the bus had come to a stop, and the conductor said, "Oh really? You don't say so." Now the bus had come to a halt, and the conductor was surprised. He said, "Oh really?" "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Vali, still standing outside the bus. "And here is my money." She showed him some coins. So now you can see the confident quality of Vali. She's very confident girl. She said, "Yes, I'm the one who has to go to the town." And she was still standing outside the bus. So she showed him the coins, the money that is required to buy the ticket to go to town. Okay, but first you must get on the bus," said the conductor, and he stretched out a hand to help her up. So the conductor said, "All right, okay. But first you must get into the bus to buy the ticket." So he stretched his hand to help her to get into the bus. "Never mind," she said. "I can get on by myself. You don't have to help me." Now Vali told the conductor that, "Never mind. You need not help me. I can get on to the bus myself." This again shows the maturity, the independent nature of Vali. The conductor was a jolly sort, fond of joking. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam," he said. "Here, have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam." So now we get to know the character of the conductor. He was a jolly person who is fond of cracking jokes. He can mimic people, and he derives happiness out of it. He said, "Oh, please don't be angry with me, madam," and he asked others to make way for her, and he asked her to sit in the seat right up there in front, and he called her madam. It's again, making fun of Vali, and he called her madam also because the girl displayed independent nature, maturity beyond her age. Though she was an 8-year child, she wanted to independently get into the bus without anybody's help. She was traveling alone. So it all shows the maturity. So in a jovial manner, he calls her madam. It was the slack time of day, and there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. They were all looking at Vali and laughing with the conductor. So it was the slack time. Slack time means a time when there is not much work. See, in villages or anywhere else for that matter, people start off like college going children or college going lecturers, teachers, or school going children, office goers, all of them start off during the morning hours, to plan for their journey to town. So now it is the afternoon time, the slack time, when there are not much passengers in the bus. So, whoever are there, the 6 or 7 passengers on the bus were laughing at the jokes cracked by the conductor, and all of them were looking at Valli and laughing with the conductor. Valli was overcome with shyness, avoiding everyone's eyes. She walked quickly to an empty seat and she sat down. "May we start now, madam?" the conductor asked, smiling. Then he blew his whistle twice and the bus moved forward with a roar. So then he said, "Madam," so he addressed Valli. He asked her, "Madam, can we start the bus?" And he blew his whistle twice. See, for the bus to start again also he has to blow his whistle, and he did that, and he was smiling. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver. Directly in front of Valli, above the windshield, there was a beautiful clock. The seats were soft and luxurious. The bus in which Valli was traveling now, for the first time, the delightful journey she imagined, it was on a new bus. And they described about the bus, it's shining white. Okay, there were some green stripes along the sides, and the overhead bars were also, they were shining like silver. And in front of Valli, on the windshield, there was a beautiful clock, and the seats were very soft and they seemed to be very luxurious. Valli viewed everything with her eyes, but when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. There were some blinds, on the window seat, and so she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky. On the other side was a deep ditch, and then acres and acres of green fields, green as far as the eye could see. So now please remember that it was the first ever bus journey taken up by Valli from the village to the town. So she wants to keep everything in her mind. She wants to record every minute detail of her journey in her mind. So now, she has seen the new bus, and now she was telling us about the outside description of the bus, the scenes that she witnessed while the bus was moving. The bus was moving along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow, and there was the canal, and beyond it beyond the canal you can see palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky, and acres of green fields. See, in her village she herself might have seen the acres of green fields, the blue sky, but when she sees the same scenery from a bus, it's like thrilling. It's like a different view. So she was enjoying every bit of her bus journey. Oh, it was all so wonderful. Suddenly she was startled by a voice. "Listen, child," said the voice. "You should not stand like that. Sit down." Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her, but she was annoyed by his attention. So an elderly man among the passengers cautioned her not to stand and to sit because he was worried for her, concerned about her safety. "There is nobody here who is a child," she said haughtily. "I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else." So she was annoyed by the word child. She said, "I am not a child. I also undertook the bus journey like everybody else on the bus, and I paid for my ticket." The conductor chimed in, "Oh sir, But this is a very grown up madam. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? The conductor and interfered. What did he say? He said, she's a grown up madam. He's referring to Valli. And he said, a mere girl, can she pay her own fare and travel alone to the town? No, one can't do that. That was his opinion, he said in a jovial manner. Valli shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, I'm not a madam. Please remember that, and you have not yet given me my ticket. So she gave a glance at the conductor, angry one, and she said, don't call me madam, okay? And remember, you're yet to give me my ticket. I already paid the money. I will remember, the conductor said, mimicking her tone. So now that the conductor was a jovial person who was fond of cracking jokes. He was also good at mimicking. So he mimicking Valli's tone, he said, I'll remember, I'll give you the ticket. Everyone laughed, and gradually Valli too also joined the conductor, passengers, driver in the laughter. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Because I want to, she answered, standing up again. So he issued a ticket to her, and he said to the Valli that, see, why should you stand up? You have been given a ticket. Happily sit and enjoy. She said then to the conductor that she would like to stand up and watch it. But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child. Then the conductor, he told Valli that you have to sit down, because if she stands up on the bus, she may fall and hurt herself when the bus makes a sharp turn or when it hits a bump. I'm not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I'm 8 years old. Again now she said, told to the conductor, don't call me a child, I'm 8-year-old. Of course, how stupid of me. 8 years, my. Again. The bus stopped, some new passengers got on, and the conductor got busy for a time. See, the bus stopped at some other places too, and some new passengers got in, and the conductor got busy by issuing tickets and giving them a seat, etc. Afraid of losing her seat, Valli finally sat down. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Valli as the bus started again. So, at a stop, an elderly woman got into the bus, and she sat next to Valli and asked her whether she was traveling alone. Valli found the woman absolutely repulsive. Repulsive means causing strong dislike. Such big holes she had in her earlobes, and such ugly earrings in them, and she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing, and see the betel juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any moment. Ugh! Who could be sociable with such a person? So now the woman an elderly woman who got into the bus at a stop, she sat next to Valli, and her opening dialogue with Valli was, she asked her whether she was traveling alone. Okay, but Valli was finding that lady quite irritable, and she disliked her immediately because she had big holes and she had earlobes and ugly earrings in them, and she was chewing the betel nut, and the juice was spilling all over her lips. So seeing that, she doesn't want to be friendly with that lady. Yes, I'm traveling alone, she answered curtly, showing some displeasure, and I got a ticket too. Yes, she's on her way to town, said the conductor, with a 30 paise ticket. So the conductor added that, this little girl was traveling to town, and she also has a 30 paise ticket. Oh, why don't you mind your own business, said Valli. But she laughed all the same, and the conductor laughed too. So Valli, again she talks here like a mature person. She asked the conductor, Why don't you mind your business? Why you're interfering in whatever is happening to me? Mind your business. But nevertheless, she laughed, and the conductor also joined in her laughter. But the old woman went on with her drivel. Is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? Do you know exactly where you're going in town? What is the street? What is the house number? You need not bother about me. I can take care of myself, Valli said, turning her face towards the window and staring out. But the old lady wouldn't stop. As it is the case with many elderly people, they'll be concerned and they give careful instructions to the young ones. The old woman went her drivel. Drivel means silly nonsense. She asked Valli, "Are you traveling alone? Is it proper for you to travel alone? Okay, you know where exactly you're going in town, and what is the street and what is the house number? Do you remember all those details?" Then Valli retaliated. She said, "You don't worry about me. Okay, I can take care of myself." And she turned her face towards the window and started staring out of the window and started observing the scenes outside the window. So friends, this is the part 2 of the lesson. Madam Rides the Bus. I'm sure you must have liked the story. In case you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, forward my video to your friends, and please remember, friends, your every like, every subscription and every comment means a lot to me. Thank you for watching, friends.